Avoidant people on dating apps when you try to arrange a date.
I'm in Yevley. I'm in the abandoned city of Pripyat.
I'm inside one of the inch-and-down oil tanks.
I'm off to the Arctic for 3 weeks.
I am not inside a fusion reactor. I'm in Hull.
I am at Disney World.
I'm in an airplane battery.
I am in an unpowered glider. I am in Iceland.
I'm flying a few thousand feet over Lincolnshire.
Me when someone sees my guitar and asks if I can play Wonderwall. And this was me looking at my past self on the day that I went to meet my ex-wife for our first date.
No! 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 No!
Hello folks and welcome back to the show. So today I'm going to go for 3 amazing classic masculine fragrances, powerhouse masculine, vintage retro type fragrances that you can buy really affordably still today. Stay tuned. Before I do that, don't forget, my recommended UK-based fragrance sampling site is fragrancesamplesuk.com. I have a code for you. Mr. Smelly 10 gets you 10% off across a fantastic range of designer and niche fragrances at that site that I've used as a happily paying customer for many years. My recommended USA-based fragrance sampling site is the Fragrance Decant Boutique. That's decantboutique.com. And that same code, Mr. Smelly 10, also works there. A huge array of designer and niche scents for you to sample there. Okay, let's get stuck into it without further ado. Don't you hate it when people say it further ado, thinking it's further ado, right? Apparently. Anyway, let's go. Okay, so great classic masculine fragrances. The first one, I've made a bit of a cock-up, I have to be completely honest. It doesn't seem to be readily available anymore. And there's a little bit of an issue too with the... Don't be confused, there's 2 or 3 different bottles out there, all looking the same, and they're different fragrances. Montana Parfum de... Homme. Montana Parfum d'Homme. This is the 1989 release from perfumer Edouard Flechier. There are other Montana fragrances with different coloured boxes. This comes with a red box. That's the key thing. You'll know you've got the right one. And that's the one we're talking about here today. It used to be pretty easy to find online for maybe £30 or less for 100ml. Now it seems to be discontinued, but I think you can maybe, if you're lucky, still pick one up on eBay for a good price, depending where you are in the world. So forgive me if it's not cheap. The note listing is ridiculously long, but I'll read them real quick. Aldehydes, lavender,
cinnamon, pepper, bergamot, lemon, tarragon, mandarin orange, pine tree needles, carnation, sage, geranium, rose, jasmine, nasturtium, leather, oak moss, incense, patchouli, cedar, labdanum, vanilla, sandalwood, ambergris.
Be quicker to tell you which notes they left out, wouldn't it? Okay, this one. It's rich, it's charismatic, it's manly, it's masculine. People compare it actually to Aramis, Havana, another famous fragrance, famed as a sort of a fougere with an added tobacco twist to it. This doesn't list tobacco, but you could perhaps argue there is a twist of tobacco. It's very masculine, it's very old school. It came out in 1989 and kind of looks back more to a 70s, 80s kind of vibe, more so than looking forward to the citrusy or aquatic fragrances that became popular in the 1990s. So you get a green piney feeling about this one, but a rugged, leathery and labdanum kind of resinous undertone. It's very manly, it's very masculine. It's almost a kind of dusty aura. It is a confident man's fragrance. It is not going to necessarily immediately appeal to everyone. It smells manly, and men, it's okay to be manly in this modern world. I'm all in favour of equality for everyone in the world, men, women, or anything else, but it's okay to smell manly and be manly, and this achieves that, if you're lucky, for a kind of affordable price, and a totemic, totemistic, titanically monolithic, brutalist architecture, Stalinist building style bottle that you've got to admire. Great fragrance, great prices used to be available, not sure if they are anymore, but forgive me. I still think if you can check out Montana Parfum d'Homme for anything like a reasonably low price, it's well worth doing. Next up, we celebrate a 1966 classic. I happen in my hands here to have a vintage box set. I've actually got the modern version, and they smell almost identical to me, so this was a bit more attractive to show and talk about. It's Aramis, the original Aramis by Aramis, 1966 release. Lovely box. They just don't make them like this anymore, do they? This is the Eau de Cologne and the aftershave. I don't actually know if the Eau de Cologne is the same strength as the Eau de Toilette. It's 82% vol, which I think that apparently means they only filled it 82% of the way up in the bottle. Well, it appears not, because it looks pretty full to me. Just as an inside joke for the fragrance community. No disrespect intended, just a bit of fun. Eau de Cologne, Aramis, but the Eau de Toilette, I really assure you that you spray now, absolutely great. You can get this for £18, 95 pennies, online, 1980, no, it's not 90, forget that, that's the next fragrance. £19.80, it's a pound more, sorry. And it's 1966. Bernard Chant was the person perfumer. Aldehydes, myrrh, artemisia, thyme, clove, bergamot, gardenia, patchouli, sage, jasmine, cardamom, orris root, leather, oak moss, vetiver, sandalwood, amber, and it's phenomenal stuff. So this one is, again, it's rugged and manly. This is woody and spicy with a bit of soapiness in there. So it has this fresh... Oh, it's fresh. It's kind of 70s bathroom smells or 80s bathroom smells summed up. It really is absolutely a great classic. I think, what's the guy from the Rat Pack? The Rat Pack, Sammy Davis Jr. famously apparently had this as his signature scent. It's really, really classy and grown up. It is rugged again. It definitely has this kind of leathery undertone. It's spicy, woody, leathery, and a very rugged but classy. It has that real classic French perfumery vibe of well-blended notes where you can't pick out, obviously, oh, I smell lemon. I smell vanilla, I smell chocolate, all these things they put in modern fragrances. It's really, really great stuff. Dapper, gentlemanly, a little bit rugged, a little bit off-putting, a little bit old school. It's only going to appeal to people who like the dad smells or the uncle smells. I do. And maybe if you're lucky, the lady in your life will too. So check out Aramis by Aramis 1966. Don't forget, as I film this, we still have our offer for just £70 in the UK for Gravitas Pour Homme, our amazing fougere at nortonandwilson.com from our perfumer, John Stephen. A stunning fragrance, and that price is absolutely crazy. It can't last much longer, but do go and check that one out. Really, really great price for that one. In the USA, we've sold out, and thank you so much to all our happy customers there. In the USA and Canada, we've sold out of everything. More are here. We've just got the delivery of the new ones. They're on their way very soon over to the USA. But in the meantime, we just have Bon Viveur there, which is ironically out of stock in the UK. Bon Viveur, absolutely stunning fragrance. Sort of my lovely slight favourite child of the brand in a way. A real signature scent for me. I've used loads of this bottle, and I have little decants that we got. I've used a lot of this fragrance. Bon Viveur, absolutely fantastic, citrusy leaning chypre fragrance, very, very classy indeed, still available. Don't miss out in the USA, get yourself a bottle of that. We may have to increase prices soon on those, so now would be a good time to buy Bon Viveur in the USA and Canada. Finally then, someone mentioned in the last similarly themed video that I did on Powerhouse Affordable Fragrances, Lapidus Pour Homme. Well, yes, it's got to be in there. So Lapidus Pour Homme, 1987, Perfumer Martin Gras. This one is £18.95. Notes include, I couldn't write them all down. It was too much effort. Bergamot, pineapple, lavender, incense rosewood, jasmine rose, patchouli, tobacco, oak moss, musk, tonka cedar and sandalwood. Some people compare this to Koros from Yves Saint Laurent and say that it's sort of an even more rugged, powerhouse, gnarly, musky, sexy smelling 80s style fragrance. Now, I don't think they're massively similar smelling, but I do think that they share a certain musky, animalic undertone alongside, to me, this kind of barbershop aura. It's kind of a barbershop plus. It's barbershop fused with powerhouse chorus type smells. You definitely get a lavender kind of thing and that dapper, soapy, clean thing, but also a rugged dirtiness and an indescribable je ne sais quoi of 80s style manly oomph, perhaps symbolised again by that rather Titanic looking, fantastic, iconic bottle design. Lapidus Pour Homme, you can pick it up for just great prices, even if you don't end up deciding you really love it. If you're a fragrance collector and fan, it's kind of worth having as the novelty, for the novelty factor or the discussion, the after dinner party discussion piece. If you have those kind of parties where you discuss fragrances after dinner, much more fun things you can be doing after dinner, trust me. I will leave it there, folks. Remember, whatever you're doing in life, let's project, and although sometimes life can stink, we can always smell good. Don't forget to sign up for my channel and become a YouTube channel member to support me and get an extra video every week. If you prefer not to join YouTube channels, you can achieve the same thing and see the same stuff by joining me on Patreon, where the thing to search is Mr. Smelly 1977. See you next time. Bye-bye.